fanboys and fangirls? It's your Lady Nerdette Reagan here, and today we have another episode of Closet Talk. So, I know this topic isn't really very, LGBT related, but I still feel like it's one of those things that people kind of push to the back of their heads. You know, there's certain things that you shouldn't talk about, being religion, politics, and I can't remember the third one. I kind of want to talk about how the mix of religion and school. Which, like I said, is kind of a random topic. Cause like, why should you want to hear this sound like a teenager? But I don't know. I feel like it's good to have a teenager's perspective, considering this. You're talking about, oh, it's in the schools. Like, well, shouldn't we, the students, be the ones to tell you about it since we're in the schools now? You know. So, I'm agnostic or whatever, which means I'm like neutral, agnostic atheist, which means I'm neutral on the whole God debate, but I'm leaning more towards there is none. And I do a lot of things around school and stuff. I'm like in yearbook, so I like go to most events, like to take pictures and to like do video and stuff. But the two last things I went to has kind of been in the back of my head for a while. There was one like induction that I went to for the honor society at my school, and there was like this student-led prayer. And of course I kept my head up because, I'm agnostic, and there's two others that did, so it's kind of like, I see you over there. I see you. The students are allowed to lead prayer and such, and there's the issues that with teachers that can't lead prayer. But, I don't know, I kind of feel like that was kind of, in a way, inconsiderate of all the other religions, or for therefore lack of religion, and that, like, it's kind of putting putting priority over one religion, being Christianity, which is what they were praying for. And it was just, I don't know, it just kind of irked me, because, like, isn't there a separation of church and state? I feel like instead it probably should have been something more like a moment of silence, like how they do after you say the Pledge of Allegiance, and it's just, a moment of silence where you can pray, or you can like just think about how you are for the day, like I usually do. I don't feel like that should be in there for something as big as an induction. And then there was the one graduation. Well, mind you, I live in the South, so of course there's going to be Christians are everywhere. Of course there's going to be Christian prayers and things of that nature. So at graduation for this year, for my sister where I went, there once again was another student-led prayer specifically for Christianity, where they said, oh, everybody bow your heads. Of course I didn't do so because I'm agnostic. And again, these kind of reminded me of like, why are we giving priority to this one religion, being Christianity, and not considering everybody else's feelings? Like I said, again, that seems like one of those moments where it should have been a moment of silence instead. Because, like, I don't know, it just feels like people just don't understand that Christians, you're not the only religion in America. There's like Jainism, there's Jewism, if that's the correct way of saying it. Islam, like, especially at our school, it's very diverse. So I kind of hope that they would kind of have already understood that that's not really something that you put a religion that you put priority over. And I don't know, the fact that that was kind of in the program, I guess you can say, was really like off in my head, because it was like, why is that there? Like, that's kind of not weird, but it's like, I don't see why that's there. I mean, of course, you could always make the debate of, well, you guys don't have to, you're not forced to pray or whatever. Like, yeah, that's true, but I don't know, it still kind of bugs me that, a secular place like school, which is strictly not proven secular knowledge, institute of that nature, is having religious not interference, but religious influence in a way. I don't know, those were just kind of my thoughts on that. And then there's also the whole debate about whether or not there should be under God in the pledge. I personally think that it should be removed, but at the same time, you only give power to words. I can't remember the phrase exactly, but you can only give words the power that they have. And I guess I don't really have a big deal about it whenever it comes to saying the Pledge of Allegiance, because of course I want to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Like, I'm proud to be American. I'm proud to of all the people that served for America. I mean, plus, Under God was added into it in like 1950s after the second Red Scare, so that we could separate ourselves from the communists. And I just feel like we're past that, right? Like, aren't we past that? Like, I see why it was, well, not see why it was needed there, but I see why they did it during that time. But it's like, I thought we were a lot more open-minded than that, and realized that there's not, that America's supposed to be a religious tolerant state, to where there's more than just under God, there's under Allah, there's under justice, or whatever the original phrase was. Actually, I probably won't see that anytime soon in my lifetime, of them taking out the under God and things. since that's what a lot of people are debating about, with making sure that state is separate from church, meaning that, religion is separate from schools, from public schools, so that there's not that influence of other religions out there, which is why I understand as to why they should take it out, which is why I think that they should take it out, because, like, there's a lot more out there than just Christians, doing this old thing all the way from the 1950s, like, come on. We gotta progress, honestly, to just simple a moment of silence afterwards, which they do, which I definitely respect. But come on, let's not half-ass it. Let's go all the way. That's all I had to say on that matter. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe below. Comment for your thoughts on the subject. I know mine might be a bit controversial, but hey, that's how I feel. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next